Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today we're tackling something, something a lot of us deal with, anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But we're looking at it, maybe differently, through Beck's Beyond Anxiety, a path to creative living.
Yeah, it's a really interesting take.
Our mission today is basically to see how creativity fits in, how it's maybe, central to shifting our whole relationship with anxiety.
Exactly. This is all about how Beck sees anxiety not just as like a symptom to manage,
Right.
but potentially as a signal, maybe even a catalyst for real change in your life.
That's a big idea to start with. So Beck draws this line, right, between anxiety and what he calls healthy fear.
Yeah, a really key distinction.
For you listening, what's the core difference there? What does Beck really want us to get?
Well, it's fascinating how clearly he lays it out. Healthy fear. That's sharp, immediate.
Like jumping out of the way of a car.
Exactly. It's right here, right now, a response to actual danger. Anxiety, though, that's different.
How so?
It's that nagging dread, often feels kind of irrational, you know? It's like a background hum that just keeps going, feeding itself. These self-reinforcing loops.
Loops.
Driven by.
Often, he argues, by an overactive left brain, that analytical part, the part that wants to control everything.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The left brain stuck in overdrive.
Yeah.
So if that's fueling the anxiety,
Hmm.
what's the fix according to Beck? How do we switch gears?
Right. And the key isn't more thinking, not more analysis anyway.
I got that.
It's actually about firing up the right brain, getting curious, playful, using your senses.
So shifting how the brain is working.
Precisely. And this connects to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change.
Yeah.
By doing things that engage that right brain, you physically start building new, healthier connections.
Disrupting the old anxiety pathways.
Exactly. He calls it the creativity spiral.
Tell me more about that spiral.
Well, the idea is that engaging in creative stuff, and it can be anything, really.
Like painting or writing?
Sure, or cooking, dancing, even just like weird little tasks he mentions. Arranging stones, mindfully folding clothes.
Huh. Odd tasks.
Yeah, anything that shifts you from that fear mode into sort of curiosity. Problem-solving mode, but in a playful way.
Okay, so this spiral is a proactive way out of anxiety.
Yeah.
But, if someone's really stuck deep in it, how do they even start that spiral? What tools does Beck actually give us?
That's a really practical question. And he does offer tools, things designed to sort of break the pattern. One he calls the kind detective.
Okay.
Instead of beating yourself up over anxious thoughts, you investigate them. Gently, curiously.
That's interesting. I'm thinking that.
Kind of, yeah. There's also stuff like sensory anchoring, really focusing on, say, the feeling of a warm cup in your hand.
Grounding yourself.
Exactly. And journaling, too.
Right.
All ways to interrupt the runaway thoughts. He also talks about dedicated play.
Dedicated play.
Yeah, like he apparently spent a whole month just doing watercolor. But it could be simpler daily things, too. Small creative acts.
So it's about consistency, little actions adding up.
Right. Little actions that nudge your brain gently towards rewiring itself, towards healthier responses.
It's interesting how he takes this very personal, internal brain shift stuff and then zooms out. He talks about anxiety in society, too. What's his bigger picture view?
Yeah, he suggests that maybe collective anxiety, like on a societal level, could also be a messenger.
A messenger for what?
Guiding us towards maybe our real purpose, what actually matters beyond just stuff or fear.
But how does creativity fit into that bigger picture?
He has this idea of social cells.
Social cells, like...
Not just hangouts, but like intentional little communities built around doing creative projects together, supporting each other.
Using creativity and community to build something different.
Exactly, as a way to maybe move society away from being so fear-driven towards something more collaborative, purposeful.
So, wrapping this up, what's the main thing for you listening to take away?
Well, I think Beyond Anxiety really flips the script. It frames anxiety as this call. A call to get curious, to live more creatively.
Yeah, it feels less like just coping and more like a roadmap, a practical one.
Definitely. It's about mindset shifts, yes, but also concrete actions, creative actions, and finding your people, your community. And through that, the idea is you start replacing that fear with purpose, maybe even joy, a sense of belonging that feels transformative.
So considering all that we've uncovered today, here's a final thought for you. What small creative act, and it could be truly simple, what small act might you try today? Just to invite a little more curiosity, a bit more wonder into your own life.